Alright, let's get into green. So, here we go. Alright. So, this one, probably not that good. Young Wolf, Giant Growth, Joint Assault, River Boa, Drudge Beetle, Gatekeeper Vine. I think I have a couple of Guild Gates that I'm going to include in the Singleton cube, just as a form of mana fixing for, you know, just some dual decks. This, I didn't realize that this is very similar to kind of like Thorn Lieutenant, but not the Thorn Lieutenant, but the one in the Vivien deck, the Ursine Champion. I think it's pretty much the same thing. Ground Seal. Might be a good tech card. Lurking Crocodile. Trusted Force Mage. Yeva's Force Mage. Ruthless Instincts. Wild Hunger. Pulse of Marasa. Serpent's Gift. Serpent Skin. Verdant Haven. Oaken Form. Abzan Kinguard. Cudgel Troll. Corrosed Monitor. Wild Heart and Evoker. Wolfbriar Elemental. Return to Earth. Return to the Earth. Like that flexibility. Course of Might. Seek the Horizon. Slice in Twain. I like this art versus the more modern one. Or from Ixalan, I think. Greater Basilisk. Rust Scarab. Not sure how good this one will be, but you never know. Somber Walled Spider. Pinion Feast. Blessings of Nature. This is kind of ridiculous. It's a Verdurous Gearhulk and a 1 mana card, right? Yeah. Wow. Okay. Bountiful Harvest. Enlarge. Bestial Menace. Gutter Grime. Culva Climber. Pathbreaker Worm. And Rain of Thorns. Let's get into the unsleeved, kind of the B squad. The bench players over here. I think some of these are pretty good, but maybe from the sideboard, but we'll see. Dryads Favor. Gives a Forest Walk, kind of interesting. Adventurous Impulse, that should be in the more modern. Same with Blossoming Defense. These should be, yeah, whatever. Prey Upon, Burst of Strength, Spire Tracer, Elfish Berserker, Norwood Ranger. Now, these elves aren't that good. Choose a land in your hand and put it into play. 2/3 elf, which isn't that bad. A Highland Game. Well, 2/3 elf with double green is kind of difficult to pull off on turn 2 and a double. I mean, typically in drafts, I think most people play double colors. I did have a Elf Lord. I don't know where I put it, but I opened it in a pack. It was the 1/1 2 mana +1/+1 to all elves in the M19 core set. I think in order for elves to be more viable, I gotta include more elf lords or just have better payoffs for the elf tribal. But we'll see where that goes. As far as the collection right now, I just have the elves kind of coming in from here. Another Dryad, Forest Walk, I mean. 3/1 Vigilance. Yeah, lifelinker. Potential, you gotta pump it up though to be lifelink. Yeah, meh. Very slow, but Predator's Rapport. Probably not that good, but whatever. Culling Mark. Some Reach Spiders. Yep. Yep. Ooh, yeah, this Force Mage already have. Layer Delve. Spider Grasp. Natural End. Slaughterhorn. Love that art, by the way. Really sick looking. Just boom, getting owned. Blood Rush 3/2 though, to attacking creature. It's kind of interesting how it's like a combat trick. It's a creature that has the potential to be a combat trick. Generate if you have power 8 on the field. 3/3, 3. This one's interesting. Has like friendly fire. And if you control a creature with 2 or less, gotta sacrifice it. Interesting. Giant Spider, classic. Scab Clan Charger. Spiked Baloth. Summit Apes. Primal Hunt Beast. Venomous Dragonfly. 4 mana, 1/1 with Death Touch. Oh, at the end of combat. Well, it's pretty much the same as Death Touch. Grey Pelt Hunter. Again, we're going to play House Rules. Instead of the creature type ally, this is going to refer to or another ally creature. Just to improve the power level of this card. There's our Bristling Hydra, one of my extra copies. Entangling Vines. Does untap during its controller's untap. Not really worth it, but whatever. Hunt the Weak. Course of Might. Lost in the Woods. Spined Worm. Village Survivors. Hollowhenge Beast. Fan Green Hunter. Greater Basilisk. I feel like I've seen that before somewhere. Maybe? I don't know. Fan Marauder. Vastwood Gorger. And an Axebane Stag. So let's jump into the green from the more modern sets. Let's see here. Artifacts. Nope. Okay. Yep. Alright, here we go. Llanowar Elves. Druid of the Cow. Elfham Druid. Ursine Champion. There we go. Yep. Longtusk Cub. Corrosive Ooze. Greenwood Sentinel. Dryad Greenseeker. Plummet. Naturalize. Rabid Bite. Titanic Growth. Saproling Migration. Fungal Plots. Song of Freyleys. Talons of Wildwood. Ancient Animus. Elvish Rejuvenator. Garapur Guide. Llanowar Envoy. Centaur Courser. Yavimaya. Sappered. Colossal Majesty. Appetite for the Natural. Spore Swarm. Grow from the Ashes. Goreclaw. Bristling Boar. Druid of Thorns. Baloth Gorger. Slice and Twain, I already have. Thornhide Wolves. Scalawolf. Overgrown Armasaur. Vigilant Baloth. Declare Dominance. Colossal Dreadmaw. Thorn Elemental. And a Palakworm. Alright, here's artifacts. Again, my artifact collection is pretty lame, but whatever. Darksteel Axe. Ruined Stalactite. Ruined Rod. How about that? Whatever. Adventuring Gear. Ogre's Cleaver. Sphere of the Suns. Executioner's Hood. Kite Sail. Razor Tip Whip. Riot Gear. A collection of clue stones. The tomb. Here, let me move this. Well, actually, that's 4. Let me put that deck. Some more Cluestones. Cluestone. Is it Cluestone? Key Runes. Slightly different card. These are all still 3 mana. Yep. 3 mana, 3 mana. Armored guy, spin engine. Battle gear. Soul Eater. Reinforced bulwark. Angelic armaments. Again, these are pretty expensive. Necrogen sensor. Is that infect? Oh no. This just deals 6 damage over 3 turns, right? No, 2 turns. 4 damage over 2 turns. That's not really that good. Mindstorm, a crown. Here we go. Put the tomb in here, but Goblin Boom Keg. I don't know. Ooh, got another tomb. Yep, another tomb, okay. Pierce Strider. Sanctum Gargoyle. Slash Panther. That just sounds like an awesome band name, doesn't it? Slash Panther. Alright, Soliton. Strandwalker. And a 6 mana 4/4 flying gargoyle. Alright, let's go into the unsleeved cards from the Star City Games artifacts. Right. Scroll of Viacin. Probably not that good, but maybe on an artifact deck. Blazing Torch, maybe from the sideboard. Again, not that good. Sungrass, Egg. Maybe some mana fixing, I have no idea. I just think it's interesting with this old school feel to it. Spellbomb. Panic Spellbomb. Flayer Husk, probably not that good, but whatever. Shriekhorn, maybe Mill is an archetype. This is 6 cards essentially. Culling Days? Yeah, I guess that's the word, whatever. Alright, sacrifice a creature, yeah, this isn't that good. Well, maybe in a Sapperling deck, you never know. Yeah, you never know. Tableau of the Guilds. Probably not that good. Oh, this is just essentially... Well, it's kind of like a different version of the Unicorn, or the 2 mana 1/3 Diamond Mare, that's what it is. Trigon of Mending, and not really that good. Throne of Geth. Proliferate, maybe. 2/1, 2 mana 2/1. Gust Skimmer. Never know. Again, you never know if that's playable. This one probably isn't that playable. It is colorless though. Gotta see. This one has some color fixing. 3 mana, produces 1 mana. This one you can sacrifice for draw a card. This one has potential to infect. Yep. Rusted Slasher. Maybe that's playable in a, you know, with Ixalan cards, include more cards that produce treasures. Maybe that's more viable in there. Millennial Gargoyle. It's a Sedmic Kinnan card. Really love that art style, by the way. Pestilent Soul Eater, another infect, I think, right? Yep. Yeah, you can pay it with a swamp or 2 life. Yep. Okay. It is 5 mana though. Strandwalker, I think I already have, right? Yeah, I'll put that over there. Actually, I'll keep it just in case. I'm pretty sure I have another copy, but whatever. I'll go over it again. Razormane, Masticore, and this 5/4 for 6 mana. You never know, they might be playable. Alright, let's take a look at the more modern artifact. Okay, Fountain of Renewal, Explosive Apparatus, Navigator's Compass, Blood Tallow Candle, Millstone, Jousting Lance, Voltaic Servant, Gleaming Barrier, Marauder's Axe, Field Creeper, Rogue's Gloves, Diamond Mare, Manalith, Skittering Surveyor, Gargoyle Sentinel, Araska Relic, Forebear's Blade, Strider Harness, Guardian of Koilos, Gearsmith Guardian, Pardic Wanderer, and a Meteor Golem. So, alright, multicolored cards, here we go. Alright, Tith Drinker. It's gonna have an interesting card. Executioner's Swing. Wojek Halberdiers. Martial Glory. Search Warrant. Shramble Shark. Pit Fight. Sundering Growth. Trestle Troll. Sky Knight. Centaur Healer. Drakewing Crassus. Branching Bolt. Skymark Rock. Flux Charger. Corrosed Gorgon. Golgari Rotworm. Extract from Darkness. Palatian Accord. Probably not that good, but you never know. Carrion Thrash. Carnival Hellsteed. Yeah, First Strike, Haste, Unleash, okay. Blast of Genius. Courser's Accord. Morgue Burst. Gleam of Battle, which I think is pretty awesome. 6-mana enchantment though. Summoner. Can summon a lot of things. And here's the lands. But we'll get into the lands later. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at the multicolored cards that are unsleeved at the moment from the Star City Games pack or lot. Gerard's Command. Chemister's Trick, Dramatic Rescue, Rakdos Shred Freak, Zerta Druid, Torpor Dust, Armed and Dangerous, Malicious Advice, Nivix Cyclops, Goblin Test Pilot. Ooh, already have the Craxus. Vassal Soul. Talon Trooper. Viashino First Blade. Augur Spree. Grim Contests. Yeah, deal toughness to each other. Giant Baiting. Ascended Law Mage. I think that's cool, being a 3/2 hexproof flyer. Warflare. Oh, I think I already have a Flux Charger, don't I? I think it's already been sleeved, yeah. Whatever. Okay, Shrewd Hatchling. This is a very interesting design. Not sure if it's playable, but you never know. You never know. Spark Trooper. Armored Wolf Rider. Zerta Swine. Valley Rannet? Beast guy. Ruination Worm. So, yeah, those cards weren't that amazing. But let's move on into the more modern, colorless. Again, as my collection expands, I'll be able to improve the colorless choices. I think it is the weakest portion of my cube, along with, you know, not having enough board clears. I don't think I have any board clears, but, you know, we'll improve it over time. So here's the multicolored from the more modern recent sets. Relentless Raptor. Shauna's Shay's Legacy. Sisay's Legacy. Satyr Enchanter. Enigma Drake. Draconic Disciple. Resplendent Griffin. Adolise the Cinderwind. Poison Tip Archer. Skyrider Patrol. Call to the Feast. Heroic Reinforcements. Aerial Engineer. Brawl Bash Ogre. And Garna. And a Psychic Symbiont. So, yeah, I gotta improve that collection. Alright, so here are the lands from the Star City games. I think these are all unique, as in, you know, for the singleton format. Look at this weird step land. Probably not that good, but whatever. Swiftwater Cliffs. Any of these dual lands that can help color fix a little bit, even though they come in tapped, you know, it's like whatever. I think in a draft format it'll still help to get that fixing. This one's just interesting design. This one, I don't know. It is a foil though, which is kind of cool, but Terramorphic Expanse, which is essentially just Evolving Wilds, I believe. And here are the more recent additions. So again, the more recent dual lands. Well, I mean, they're common in the core set. They're not really recent. I think these are reprints. But you know, I'm just trying to keep it singleton for right now. I'm thinking of creating a land pack just to, you know, help the beginners that play in my cube. Because, yeah, my play group is pretty inexperienced. Or I'm going to try and gear it towards, you know, beginner friendly. If more people want to join in, you know, that come over, play board games and whatnot, we could play a cube. Alright. Okay. So here are the cards that I set aside from my cube to try and improve the decks in the board game Explorers of Ixalan. So they're split into 4 tribal decks. You get a deck with a deck box for each tribe. There's dinosaurs, vampires, pirates, and merfolk. So let me split these up. Yeah. And I'm going to try and make the battle chest into kind of a singleton. So that, you know, it's just a kind of a unique experience, you know, with the singleton format. With all of the decks, I think that'd be kind of cool as far as kind of a battle chest theme. Alright, so here are the cards that I was thinking of including into the Vampires deck, and also thematically. For example, this card isn't a vampire in particular, but I think thematically, you know, it could be included in the Vampire, you know, deck, as well as, you know, that go wide strategy that the Vampires have in Explorers of Ixalan. If you never played it, it's kind of like, it's not even close to Commander, but it is a multiplayer, you know, 4-person free-for-all game, so it's similar to Commander in that sense, but all of the decks are, you know, obviously built around their tribes, and they're not really optimized decks. I got the deck list over here. I'm not going to really show that, but you know, I'm going to try and make them into singletons with cheap budget cards. So a lot of these cards I just open from boosters, and I'm just going to throw them in. And again, like, you know, Child of the Night is already in there, so I gotta. Some of these are probably duplicates as well into that deck, but you know, whatever. We'll filter all of this out over time. Just doing a little rough draft, but here we go. So Encampment Keeper, Dusk Legion Zealot, Caligo Skin Witch, not a vampire, but I think thematically it's kind of interesting. I was thinking of also including it into the pirate deck, but I think this feels more towards the vampire tribal. I feel like including it more towards the vampire tribal. I think it's more fitting there than the pirates. Child of the Night. This one's a duplicate because I know it's in the board game, so I gotta take that one out. I think there's multiple copies as well. So again, trying to make a singleton. Decks. This one's actually really good in the cube, I think. So I might need to order another copy. Devotion, yeah. Luminous Bonds. Yeah. So some of these are, I think, would be good in the board game, just as kind of a one-of. This card in particular is really good. If you go wide with all of your vampires, you have like 5 or 6. All of a sudden, each opponent loses 1 life for each creature you control. That's insane. For 3 mana too. I could see this easily doing like 15 damage for 3 mana. Infectious Horror. That's a really bad card, but why not? Let's throw it in there because it says each opponent. So, Blood Liturgist. Maybe it's passable in the vampire deck. Mark of the Vampire. Divine Verdict. I like this because thematically it is, I think, a vampire against a dinosaur. I don't know. Call to the Feast. Regal Bloodlord. Epicure Blood. Deathless Ancient. So, some really good cube cards that, you know, I could take away from here, but I'm going to put them in the board game. And then maybe order some more copies later on as I improve the cube. Let's go into Dinosaurs. So here's the Dinosaur. Just cards that I picked up over time through boosters. I'm going to include it into the Dinosaur deck. I just like this one because it looks like a dinosaur. I mean, it has a dinosaur in it, so. Cleansing Ray. Suncolored Raptor. Relentless Raptor. This one's probably not that good in the board game, but, you know, whatever. We'll spice it up. Gotta give the dinosaur deck some bad cards because they have so many big, giant creatures that, you know, it could easily become the best deck as far as the Ixalan board game, just because there's so many ginormous creatures in the dinosaur deck. Yeah, so I think there's already a Charging Monster Sar as well in there, but whatever. We will filter it all out in due time. Same with Dreadmaws. This one, I don't know. This one might be better in the cube, but we shall see. Alright, here's Pirates. This one's not really a pirate card, but I just think it looks cool, and I think the pirate deck needed some more combat tricks. Mutiny, again thematically, is a pirate card. A Dire Fleet Hoarder. I think there's already some in there as well, so maybe that one's for the cube. Trailblazer. Firebrand, Swashbuckling, Makeshift Munitions, Costly Plunder, Chart of Course. Again, all these cards are thematically pirates. This one is not really pirate-ish, but I think maybe it could pass in a pirate deck. Hijack, Bloodbash Ogre. Again, not a pirate, but it is in the pirate colors, and I don't know, I like the concept of this, you know, ragtag team of pirates with ogres and, you know, pirates, and I even included some dragons in here just because I think that is pretty awesome in my mind. Just a pirate crew with dragons and ogres, like, that's just pretty sweet, but whatever, I digress. Pirate's Prize, Spark-Tongue Dragon, a Volcanic Dragon, and a Sheevan Dragon. So I actually might include some of these into the cube, maybe order additional copies. Yeah, maybe order additional copies to put into the cube. And here's the Merfolks. So, Kubmena's Speaker. I actually think there's already a copy in there. Jungle Delver, Titanic Growth, Shaper's Apprentice, Anticipate, Perilous Voyage, Talons of Wildwood, Water Trap Weaver, River Darter, Dwindle, Befuddle, Blanchwood Armor, Unwind, Cancel, Spire Winder, Storm Sculptor, which I'm thinking of actually building a deck around this guy, with Viashino Pyromancers and the Merfolk Trickster. I think it'd be interesting to return those back into your hand. Herald of Secret Streams, Headwater Sentries, Jade Craft Artisan, Tempest Caller, Rock's Oracle. Not really a, you know, Merfolk. Same with the Sphinx. or this Gaspark Twins, but I feel like these are, you know, natural allies, if you will, and it seems like the Merfolk are kind of like, you know, the druids or mermaid people of the natural order, I guess, and yeah, they just seem like natural allies, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it just makes sense to me that thematically, as far as the deck, trying to make a you know, singleton battle chest format,